Okay, we're going to finish on Prime Video with a new reality show which arrived on Wednesday, the 7th of February. It's called Hot Mess Summer, and here's a clip.
Welcome to the Greek island of Zante, a perfect paradise. Home to some of the most astonishing parties on the planet. And some of the biggest liabilities that always take things a bit too far.
Yeah, I mean, Rylan Clark, I mean, he's just a superstar, isn't he? He's just so good, I personally think, as a presenter. You know, if the auto cue goes down, it just doesn't matter to someone like him. And my goodness, TV execs must love knowing that, because he just takes centre stage right from when he burst onto the stage on The X Factor. And here he is now with his very own show. There's 6 episodes, and this is the first season. It's Hot Mess Summer is what it's called, and it's based on the Greek island of Zante. Now, I'm going to caveat this because I pretty much was going to love it because Rylan was presenting. Although, having said that, after watching the first episode, the people annoyed me so much that I was really struggling with it. So I'm just going to say that right away. So many reality shows, we all seem fairly addicted to them again. There are 8 members of the British public. They're party animals, and they go off to this Greek island, and they think it's just fun in the sun. They just think they're living the dream. But in fact, they're not. They've been sent out there by friends, by family, because they've had enough, and they need to mend their ways. They're behaving really badly. And you see this footage of, you know, just general drunken behaviour and not wearing an awful lot and what have you, and I guess their friends have just had enough of them. So instead of them being guests at this very busy pool bar on the island, if not the busiest bar, they're the staff. They've got to be polite. They're not allowed to drink on the job. They can't be chaotic. They need to make cocktails for other people. They need to cater for the VIPs. They even need to clean the toilets. And that's when the wheels really do come off, because no one wants to do that, particularly this gang of people who are just so cross that anybody would have sent them out there to do that. They're just absolutely fuming that they turn on each other. I mean, it's classic reality TV, you know. They turn on each other, they're nasty, and everybody watches it. But it's completely chaotic. There is a cash prize. Of course, there's a cash prize. Why else? And can they just kind of hold it together? Who's going to win? Will they be able to work together? Will they be able to run this bar? Will they be able to do it properly? And I guess that's what we're trying to find out. But I have to say, they are pretty obnoxious at times. They really, really are. But Rylan, as always, narrating it, being part of it is, the best part, I'd say. Ian, what did you think?
Love Island meets The Apprentice, possibly. Yeah, it's exactly what you would imagine from just the brief description that we gave it last week when we trailed it. There was an interview with Rylan in the papers this weekend, and he's an interesting character because, I mean, I think his outburst on X Factor when he was selected to go to the judges' house or whatever was one of the most toe-curling, embarrassing performances I have ever seen on TV. So I've never been that keen. It was interesting reading his story, that the breakup of his marriage and how he had a nervous breakdown. And he has, you know, he's also suffered quite a lot of homophobic attacks on social media. So he's a survivor, Rylan. And I got to say, I think he has dialed down this massively over-the-top, flamboyant persona, and much the better for it, I would say. He's really dialed it down in this, and it works really well. And he is engaging, you know. I think he's a bit Marmitey, Rylan, for sure. But, yeah, it's not a great advert for the younger generation, I would say. This, I mean, they're immediately jumping into bed with each other. Each of them, like one of them describes it as he's the player, and then there's the guy who always gets in fights. You know, they're an absolutely great selection of humanity, and of course, it's all gonna kick off big time. And there's this bar owner trying to teach them how to do the job, and as soon as his back is turned, they're necking the booze. So yeah, it's going to be absolute carnage. And I thought it would. I knew exactly what it was going to be like. it was perfectly entertaining and fine. So if you like Love Island and that kind of thing, this will be right up your street. Now, Hannah, we've got to that time where we find out what you've been binge watching on for the past week. So please reveal all.
Went to see Wonka. Absolutely brilliant. But also, while I was folding the washing, I stumbled across Undercover Cops. And about 2 hours later, with the washing all folded, there was me still sat there watching it. On repeat. Oh, I say on repeat, just, back to back, literally binge watching. So brilliant. I absolutely love it. Alongside another one that came on shortly after, which was people that went into other houses where they weren't paying their rent anymore, and this is complete abuse, and just one of those afternoons I spent. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
On Netflix, I've been watching a couple of sports documentaries. Actually, there's a really good one about NASCAR, which I guess is it's America's big motor racing sport where they do 500 laps around an oval circuit. That's worth checking out. And of course, on E4, Below Deck Down Under has started, and I've been hugely enjoying that.